On this episode of Best in Kamloops, we undertake a much overdue food adventure.
We are going to find out once and for all who has the best pizza in Kamloops.
We start by reviewing 5 pizzas to find out once and for all
the best franchise or chain pizza in Kamloops: Domino's Pizza, Papa John's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, Panago.
Will we find a champion?
Best cheese, best tasting sauce. I can really taste the oregano in this sauce.
Or just have to go back to the drawing board?
This crust is excessive. Like, where is the cheese?
That's all coming up next on this episode of Best in Kamloops.
All right, it's that time again. Time for another Best in Kamloops review. Today we've got a special episode. We are back in studio and we're going to be doing the start of the pizza challenge. We are going to find out once and for all who has the best pizza in Kamloops. All right, first ever pizza review in studio. And today we've got the 5 big pizza chains. So we've got Domino's Pizza, Papa John's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, and we've got Panago. And you might be wondering, why the heck are you doing pizza chains? We want to know who sells the best pizza in Kamloops. These are included. A lot of people know what these pizzas taste like, and it kind of gives a reference point. So I kind of know how these taste, but I need to get my scale down and make sure it's calibrated correctly before I start pounding the pavement. Another thing, a lot of these restaurants, they're franchises or chains, but they are owned by local people in Kamloops, and they employ people from Kamloops. So, you know, support local for sure, but I'm supporting local as well, even if you buy from these places. Let's get into this review. All right, before we get going, I ordered a medium cheese pizza from each spot, and I tried to find the best deal on each of the pizzas. Some had walk-in specials, some did not have any specials at all. You just had to pay full price. I'll let you know the price of each pizza on the screen here. Let's get to it. First up, we've got Domino's Pizza. And Domino's, the king of pizzas. I think they sell more pizzas than anybody else. And when you go to Domino's, you really don't go for the fine dining and cuisine. You go for the convenience and price. This one came in around $10. I'll put the exact price on the screen. Let's get this thing weighed. This is what it looks like. It's got a pretty nice appearance. I'm going to put it on the scale. Let's see what it weighs. Domino's medium pizza. Looks like we got 765 grams, including the box. Let's get a slice out and let's give this a taste. Kind of like a nice appearance. And one thing about Domino's, they always have the cheese on the edge of the crust. That's kind of their signature. I'm going to leave this thing open right here for you. So the bottom of the crust, they usually use cornmeal, which is unique. I don't think a lot of places use cornmeal, but hopefully you can see this on the bottom. Some places use a different type of flour, so you can slide it on the pan and it doesn't stick. For some reason, I think they charge me a little extra for this pizza. Normally their website says $7.99 for a 2-topping medium. Obviously this has no toppings, it's just cheese. But for some reason this was over $10. There's no crisp on this pizza. It's kind of basic and to the point, but I think pretty much everyone's had Domino's. There's no secrets here. I like the texture of the sauce because the cheese isn't sliding around. This pizza's been sitting for a little bit. Did my best to race around and get all the pizzas, but the cheese is not gooing off. The cheese is okay, but it's not amazing. The sauce from Domino's, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's definitely not bad, but it's like, I like more texture and chunk in my pizza sauce, and this is kind of just like tomato paste texture. Kind of tastes like tomato paste. There's not a ton of spice on it. Domino's Pizza, just pounded the slice. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's definitely not amazing. I think on my scale, and according to what I just ate from Domino's, not the most spectacular pizza I've had from Domino's. I'm gonna go 6.1. 6.1 on this Domino's medium cheese pizza. All right, next pizza up is Papa John's. This Papa John's location is kind of close to Aberdeen Mall. It's in the plaza with the Dollarama and the Rexall drugstore, and there's a TD Bank. And I was quite impressed with the price of this thing. For a medium walk-in special cheese pizza, pretty decent price. I think it was just under $10. Again, I'll put the price on the screen for you. But let's get this thing weighed and we'll crack it open. 883 grams. Crack this open. Okay. Definitely a different appearance on this. The cheese is a lot lighter. It's not as like burnt color. The Domino's isn't burnt, but it has a darker, like they heat it more on the top, so I think it turns the cheese dark. The crust on this one looks interesting. It looks more like a bread. And one thing I really like about Papa John's is they always include these little peppers, which I absolutely love. It gives a little hit of heat. And let's dig into the pizza and I'll tell you what I think about this. All right. And we'll take out this dipping sauce here. I've got a bone to pick with their dipping sauce. The cheese looks a little bit thicker than Domino's. Again, the undercarriage doesn't have the cornmeal, and it has like the patterning because they put it on like a metal sheet, probably on a metal pan when they run it through the oven. And the dough or the crust is not crispy at all. And it's got quite a bit of flop here. I can definitely taste that the cheese is thicker on this. I'd say the cheese is better from Papa John's than Domino's. The cheese is definitely better. The crust has no crisp. And again, it's been sitting around for a little bit. And when you have the pizza box closed, it traps the steam in it and it doesn't crisp the pizza as much as it should. Kind of makes it a little bit soggy. Before I score this pizza, the one thing I don't like about Papa John's is this garlic dipping sauce. And it's not the taste, but when you open it up, it's kind of like a butter. Like, to me, I think the problem that they do, and if anybody knows if I'm incorrect in saying this, but it looks like to me, like, I don't know if it's supposed to look like butter. Like if you look at it, looks like butter, like you dip your lobster in, or if it's the fact that they put it in the pizza box and then it gets so warm that it melts. And if that's the case, I don't know why they do that. It makes no sense to me. And if Papa John's is watching this, please let me know if this is intentional, that it looks like butter or it keeps being melted in your box. Let's give this a try. It tastes fine. It tastes like butter. It tastes like garlic butter. The pizza's fine, but it's very doughy. I think if someone came to my house and said, would you rather have Papa John's or Domino's? I'm buying you a pizza. To me, Papa John's tastes a little fresher. Crust tastes a little bit more fresh. The cheese is a little bit better. There wasn't much sauce on here, which I really like sauce in my pizza. I wish I put more sauce. But I think the taste is a little bit better than Domino's. Let's go, but it's not a whole lot. It's not a big difference. So I'm going to go 6.3. Papa John's 6.3. That's a review. All right, I'm feeling hot and ready for this one. Next pizza up, Little Caesars. Let's get this on the scale, see how much it weighs. 734 grams. All right, we've got a 734 gram pizza, including the weight of the box from Little Caesars. Probably a little bit lighter than the other two. This was a medium, but it was the cheapest pizza out of all 5 that I ordered. I think this one was $6.30, and if I'm incorrect, I will definitely leave it on the screen here so you can know what I paid for this thing. And look at this, a little peace of mind with a little sticker so no one's tampering into your Little Caesars pizza. I will let you know if this thing's worth tampering someone's pizza, but let's give it a review. Our pizza are baked in a 475 degree oven and never touched after baking. What does that mean? It's never touched after baking. How do they get it out of the oven? Anyways. All right, Little Caesars. There's a little bit of hybrid of the crust showing and then like the Domino's cheese on the crust here. Let's get a slice. And again, this thing's been sitting for a little bit. I can't have a super steamy hot pizza. But right off the bat, it's not flopping around. The bottom is got some crisp on it, some brown. And usually they do that. They put like a fat or a butter or an oil on the pan that it goes into. And it's not on one of the trays like the other pizza. So the crisp is going to this one. Let's see what the cheese tastes like. All right. This is how I expect. Little Caesars, not my favorite pizza place. Probably my least favorite on the list. But when you're paying $6.30 for a medium cheese pizza, it's hard to complain about. The dough's quite fluffy. I don't know if you can see this, like quite thick. It's the thicker of the three. There's a tiny bit of crisp, which I like. The cheese is absolutely paper thin. And I don't know where the sauce went. This tastes like I'm eating like a loaf of bread. The cheese is like, the ratios are way off. So too much bread for how little sauce and how little cheese is on here. But the texture of the dough I like best of all three. But if you said, hey, I'm bringing some pizza over, what would you like me to bring? Little Caesars, Domino's, or Papa John's? I'm going Papa John's out of those three. And Little Caesars is my least favorite. But it was $6.30. I think I'm going to go like a 5.6. Again, I would eat this whole thing in a sitting, no problem. Not the best pizza, but I mean, if you're on a budget, it's quick, easy to order one. You can grab the hot and readies. You're paying for convenience and value at Little Caesars. That's a review. All right, next pizza up, Pizza Hut. And before I eat the Pizza Hut, I have to lay out my bias. This is probably my favorite. I don't have a lot of experience with Panago pizza, so I'm not sure, but I really like Pizza Hut when it comes to pizza chains. So hoping this is my favorite. We'll give it a try. And again, sealed at the hut, opened by you. Well, hopefully it's only opened by me and not these pizza burglars. I'm not sure why all these stickers exist, but I guess it's kind of nice. I prefer having a sticker, know that nobody's tampered with my pizza. So kudos to the places putting stickers on the boxes. Let's get this weighed, then we'll open it up. So 789 grams. 789 grams. This was the most expensive pizza of the 5. I'll leave the price here. I think it was somewhere around $15, which is quite expensive in my mind for a chain pizza medium, but we'll see how it tastes. Oops. All right, interesting. Not exactly how I expected to see the Pizza Hut pizza, but I've had it plenty of times in my life. I've been around the block. I've been around the pizza block. This has got an extreme amount of crust. And I know Pizza Hut, pan pizza, that's why I ordered the regular pan pizza. I didn't order extra sauce or anything like that. Usually a thicker crust, but this crust is excessive. Like, where is the cheese? Let's find out. Take this piece. Looks like it's got the most cheese. All right, let's give it a bite here. The undercoating, always on Pizza Hut, they always got like the brown and white. Because again, it's in a pan. The pan's oiled. I'm not sure if Pizza Hut uses butter or canola oil. I'm not sure what they use. They use some type of fat or oil. That's how you get the browning in the pan. And one thing about Pizza Hut I really like is the taste of their dough, because it's got like that buttery flavor. I like the thickness of the cheese, but there's not enough here. Like from here to here, there's no cheese, which I don't know if there's a cheese shortage or what's going on here. But when you're paying $15 for a medium pizza, you'd hope you get a little bit more cheese. I do like the sauce. I think the sauce is the best tasting of the 4 I've had so far. And I think the dough tastes the best. If you like thin crust pizza, Pizza Hut's pan pizza is not for you. I think you can order in a thinner version, but I like the pan pizza. It reminds you of pizza from Pizza Hut when I was a kid. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember the Pizza Hut buffet, but I remember going there as a kid. It was awesome. That's what eating this reminds me of, but the pizza as I got it, I don't know what else you get from different Pizza Huts, but the one I got, disappointed in the lack of cheese and the lack of sauce, and there was a ton of crust. So again, this is like eating a piece of bread, like eating a breadstick. Too much bread. The ratios are way off. Domino's ratio has been the best. This one's the best tasting. So I'm gonna factor this in. This wasn't overly impressive. I thought normal Pizza Hut might be high 7s or high 6s, low 7s. As this one sits, I think I'm gonna go 6.8. That might even be a little bit generous. That's a review of Pizza Hut. All right, last pizza of the docket here for the franchise chain pizza in Kamloops, Panago. I've had Panago a few times, but not one I've had a lot in my lifetime. I've had Domino's much more often. I've had Pizza Hut more often. Let's get this weighed, and then we'll give it a review. All right, 885 grams. Heaviest pizza so far. I'm hoping it's the pizza that's heavy and not some heavy duty cardboard. Let's crack this open. Let's give it a taste test. All right, Panago. Before I did the pizza challenge, I had a friend say, which spots are you gonna review? I listed the 5. She said, you know, I think Panago is gonna be the winner. And I said, I'll be the judge of that. Right off the bat, best looking pizza so far. It looks pretty hefty in the dough, but the presentation's quite good. You see the cheese going out to the edge. It's not skimping on the cheese. Let's get a good looking slice and let's give this thing a review. Let's try this one right here. All right. The bottom here, a little bit brown, got some crisp, and it's got like these whole textures from whatever pan it's been sitting on. Obviously it wasn't slid right in the oven on a hot stone or something. It's hard for me to eat this pizza smoking hot because I have to pick them all up, bring them to my house. And again, when you're ordering from Panago, Papa John's, Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, you're not cracking open the box in the parking lot and just mowing it down. Usually you're taking it home for the family or whatever, friends. It's sitting around for a bit, you know, it's at a potluck or you're watching a sports event or something or someone's birthday. So you're probably going to be eating it at a room temperature, not steaming hot. This one's got the best cheese. Yeah, best cheese, best tasting sauce. I can really taste the oregano in the sauce. And one thing about the way I like pizzas, I like oregano in my pizza sauce. The crust has got a bit of crisp. And the dough has a nice chew to it, actually. The best tasting sauce for sure. And the cheese is the best. And the crust is the best. And I'm liking it the best. And my friend was right, it is the best. Yeah, that's a better slice than I expected. I mean, it was one of the more expensive ones, so I expected it to taste better. Panago. This is up at the Sahali location. And the strange thing was when I called in, it goes to like this automated, not automated, but it goes to like a call center. And then the operator like directs your call to which store you want to order from, which is an interesting way to do it. I'm not sure why places do that, but maybe someone can fill me in. I said, hey, do you have any cheese pizza medium deals? They said, no, you're going to have to order it in the store. So I went in, tried to get a walk-in special. They don't have that at Panago. So I just paid the regular price for a medium cheese pizza. Panago, the best franchise or chain pizza in Kamloops. In my opinion, you heard it right here. Let's go 7.1 on that guy. It's definitely better than the Pizza Hut, which is disappointing. Usually it's better. Definitely Panago is my favorite. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this first edition of the Pizza Challenge in Kamloops. I did 5 pizza places right in my house. Eventually, I will be getting out, pounding the pavement, doing a pizza review right at the restaurants. I'm going to go to every single pizza place in Kamloops. Make sure you let me know in the comments all the pizza places you know in Kamloops, and preferably the best ones. I'd like to get to all the pizza places, and I can definitively tell you what I think is the best pizza in Kamloops, give you some ideas of what places are near your house, what places fit your budget, what places fit your taste buds. That's all for now. Keep eating pizza. I'm stuffed, I can hardly move. Let's roll.